Welcome back to another edition of SOS Discussion. And today we're talking about two impact rookies who not only look like some of the best rookies in the league, but some of the best players in the league at their respective positions. Me, I'm going to start with you. Who has been the best rookie at their respective position this year? Ja'Marr Chase for the Cincinnati Bengals or Micah Parsons for the Dallas Cowboys?
I hate this question because it's so tough. We're talking about two dogs in their respective positions. Um, but the thing that, and this is going to sound biased, I know, because I'm a Cowboys fan. But what sets him apart for me with Michael Parsons, is his ability to be more than one dimensional. I think when Michael came into the league, a lot of people thought, okay, he's just a linebacker. He's just going to be a linebacker. But Michael has shown he can be more than just a linebacker. He can move around the defensive line, and bring pressure every snap. When Michael Parsons is on the field, his presence is felt, and when he's not there, you see a difference in that Cowboys defense. And so, for those reasons, I feel like Michael Parsons has been the most impressive so far. But it's such a tight conversation to be having.
Yeah, I kind of agree with me. Like, if you look at the trajectory, like who makes the bigger impact, Ja'Marr Chase makes a great impact, but he also has T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd there, and Joe Mixon. When you look at that Cowboys defense, it's like Trevon Diggs is making plays, but if it's not for Michael Parsons, someone who's been running all over the field, someone who can rush the passer, someone who can cover tight ends, maybe running backs out the backfield, someone who can play the Mike linebacker to the best of his ability, like that alone, and then going out and putting up major stats like he's doing right now, possibly in the consideration for being defensive player of the year, not just defensive rookie, that is very impactful. And I feel like nothing to take away from Chase, but if Dallas doesn't have Michael Parsons, they're not the defense that they are right now. Yes, Trayvon Diggs is balling. Yes, he's doing good. They do have good pickups in the free agency. Javon Curse, Van Der Esch is playing a little bit better in their ends. Tank Lawrence, Gregory, they're playing good too. But that all falls off of the impact that Parsons made. Because when you go into a game against the Cowboys, your number one scheme is we got to figure out what number 11 is at all times. This guy's going to be all over the field. He's going to rush the passer. He's going to cover. He's going to stop the run. Like, we have to game plan him. And that kind of sets him apart from Chase, only because Chase kind of has someone to complement him on the other side. I think T. Higgins is a great receiver. I think when they drafted Chase, they knew that, okay, we have Tyler Boyd, T. Higgins. Now we bringing in Ja'Marr Chase, someone that Burrow is familiar with, is going to make us probably a top 3, top 2 offense. But nothing to take away from him. Is just when you take Michael Parsons off the field, that defense is different. Like, yeah, sure, we haven't seen it yet, but I promise you, like, if you take him off the field, that defense is not what they are. The Cowboys aren't going to win as many games as they're winning right now. Honestly, if you look at the last couple of games, Dak Prescott has been playing kind of average. So it's like that defense is really a critical part of them winning these games and kind of being in these close games and coming out on top. So I would have to go with Parsons for that reason alone. But no disrespect to Chase, he's playing great. He did a great job last week. He's been doing good all year. It's just the impact that Parsons make for his team, respectively, is unmatched. And I'll go as far as to say he should be Defensive Player of the Year if it's not T.J. Watt or Myles Garrett.
I hate to make it a clean sweep, but I'm making it a clean sweep, because look, I love Ja'Marr Chase. I think everyone was like kind of like, oh, should we get Sewell? Should we get Chase? We're like really trying to figure out. And a lot of us actually thought, especially too, with him not getting any preseason catches or one. I think it was just one preseason catch. We were like, maybe we regret getting Ja'Marr Chase. And then what do you know? He breaks the all-time leading rookie receiving record. Like, he was phenomenal. And not to say like Joe Burrow isn't like delivering him dimes, because some of them are off dimes from Joe Burrow, but a lot of it is just Jamar Chase just yak all day, man, like making people move, making people miss, just being a fantastic player. But at the end of the day, I think what Mia was talking about, like essentially Micah Parsons gives supreme value from two positions, which is insane for a player. When you have somebody who's insane from a linebacker, who can do things in coverage, but then can go on the line and then do some amazing things on the pass rush. I believe there was one game during the middle of the season, the Cowboys, where a lot of players were out in like for COVID reasons, I believe. And then Michael Parsons was still an amazing factor in that, making play after play after play, making it seem like there were no missing players on that defensive line because he was just there being a boss, being great. That type of production is more than just being, like you said, Jonathan, more than just being a rookie. He is being like a player that is one of the best in the NFL. And Austin, I wouldn't go so far as to say like he's going to be like, defensive player of the year, but he's just right there to where like right underneath all those guys you mentioned, he's right there. So I have to give that slight nod towards him, although Jamar is still so good.
Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and make this a 4-game sweep, and we're going to take this home. I got to go with Micah Parsons. And I definitely was one of those people that, hindsight is 2020 right now. It's looking 25-25 because I said the Bengals should have took Penei Sewell, and boy, was I wrong. I saw a tweet during the game. It was like, man, Penei Sewell would have had 3 touchdowns by now for the Bengals. People like me. So I was wrong about that. But when you look at Micah Parsons, we've always said like the most important positions in football is the quarterback, the one that protects the quarterback, and the one that goes and gets the quarterback. And when you got Micah Parsons, who's out here with 13 sacks, in addition to him playing linebacker, I believe the only player in the NFL still that has over 200 pass rushing snaps this year and 200 snaps in coverage. What he's able to do just with the defensive versatility is crazy. And then you talked about the emergence of Trayvon Diggs, what DeMarcus Lawrence has been able to do coming back from injury, what Randy Gregory has been able to do coming back. That just all is based off of Micah Parsons, right? Micah Parsons getting pressure, allowing Trayvon Diggs to jump those routes and get interceptions. Micah Parsons coming up the middle of the line, forcing the offensive line to make a decision, leaving Randy Gregory wide open or leaving DeMarcus Lawrence with those one-on-ones on the edge. And if you look at the Cowboys defense last year, they were historically bad, one of the worst defenses of all time. And now that this is a team that is led by their defense. We have no running game to speak of. I shouldn't say we. The Cowboys have no running game to speak of. Dak has been pretty much average, the second half of the season. So, like I said, this is a team that's led by their defense, and Micah Parsons has just been all world. And when you look at it, you'll be hard pressed to find a linebacker this year that has played better football than Micah Parsons. I legit think he'll be probably first team all pro. I don't even think that's a question. Jamar Chase has had a great season, an amazing season. But if you look at what he's done in 16 games compared to what Justin Jefferson did in 16 games last year, it's pretty much the same thing. So we've seen this before. And if I asked you who's having a better season this year, Devontae Adams or Jamar Chase, you would say Devontae Adams. If I asked you who's having a better season this year between Cooper Kupp and Jamar Chase, you would say Cooper Kupp. If I asked you who's having a better season this year between Deebo Samuel and Jamar Chase, you might have to think about it, but I think I would go with Deebo Samuel. Like I said, I don't think anybody's playing the linebacker position this year better than Micah Parsons. And that's why I have to agree with y'all for the 4-game sweep, go with Micah Parsons. But they're both going to be players that are probably going to impact this league for 10 to 15 years. And we're all in for a treat to watch them. So tell us what you think. Who's been the best rookie this year, Jamar Chase or Micah Parsons? Once again, thank you for tapping in with SOS Discussions. Spot On Sports, where we're not just accurate, we're spot on. Thank you.